Turmeric, a vibrant yellow spice derived from the root of the curcuma longa plant, has long been celebrated for its health benefits, particularly due to its active compound curcumin. Curcumin is known for its anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and healing properties, making turmeric a popular addition to various dishes and beverages. From smoothies to soups and teas, turmeric has found its place in modern wellness routines, particularly among older adults seeking to improve their joint health, reduce inflammation, and enhance brain function. However, as beneficial as turmeric is, it is essential to know how to pair it with other foods, as some combinations can interfere with its absorption or even lead to potential health risks. This article will explore 3 common foods that should be avoided when consuming turmeric. So, what are these foods, and why should you be cautious? Pairing turmeric with certain foods can actually reduce its effectiveness, cause digestive discomfort, or even trigger more inflammation. In short, the supplement you're relying on for health could be doing more harm than good when combined with the wrong foods. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the 3 foods you need to steer clear of when using turmeric. I'll also share 3 food pairings that boost turmeric's benefits so you can get the most out of this powerhouse spice. Grab a cozy drink, get comfortable, and let's dive in. Why has turmeric become so popular among older Americans? As we age, we naturally start paying more attention to our well-being. Our joints may feel stiffer, digestion isn't what it used to be, inflammation tends to creep up, and sometimes it just takes longer to recover after being active. And let's face it, our memory might not be as sharp as it once was. These changes are a natural part of aging, but they can make everyday life feel different. That's why more and more older adults are turning to natural remedies like turmeric. These time-tested, earth-derived solutions support wellness without relying on harsh chemicals. And turmeric, in particular, has become one of the most popular natural remedies in the wellness world today. The first food that should not be paired with turmeric is dairy, particularly full-fat milk or cream. If you're taking turmeric with dairy, you might not be reaping all its potential benefits. Specifically, dairy products like full-fat milk and cream can inhibit the absorption of curcumin, making it much less effective than it could be. Let's take a deeper dive into why this is the case. Backed by scientific studies and real-life examples, dairy and turmeric, a complicated relationship. Dairy products are often seen as a healthy choice, given their rich content of calcium, vitamin D, and protein. These nutrients are vital for maintaining bone health and supporting the body's overall functions. However, when combined with turmeric, dairy can interfere with the absorption of curcumin, the key active compound in turmeric. Research shows that curcumin is not easily absorbed by the body on its own. In fact, it has very low bioavailability, which means the body struggles to absorb it in its pure form. One of the main reasons dairy inhibits curcumin absorption is due to the way dairy proteins interact with curcumin molecules. According to a study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry, proteins found in dairy, particularly casein, can bind to curcumin, preventing it from being absorbed by the body. This binding effect significantly reduces curcumin's bioavailability, meaning less of the compound reaches the bloodstream and tissues where it's needed. In simpler terms, Pairing turmeric with dairy could make the spice far less effective. The science behind the dairy inhibition. A study conducted by researchers from the University of Maryland's Center for Integrative Medicine demonstrated that the addition of dairy to turmeric reduced the absorption of curcumin by more than 40%. This finding was confirmed by a 2013 study published in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry, which found that certain proteins, like those in milk, can form complexes with curcumin, making it harder for the body to utilize its health benefits. But it's not just about curcumin's absorption. Consuming turmeric with dairy can also cause digestive issues. For some people, individuals who are lactose intolerant may experience bloating, gas, or stomach cramps when they consume dairy with turmeric. These symptoms can counteract the beneficial effects of turmeric, particularly for those using the spice to address digestive concerns or inflammation. For example, a 2012 study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that lactose intolerance affects over 65% of the world's population, leading to widespread digestive discomfort when consuming dairy products. The turmeric and dairy dilemma. Take Sarah, a 52-year-old woman who has been using turmeric for years to manage her arthritis symptoms. She typically adds a teaspoon of turmeric to her morning smoothie made with milk, thinking she's doing her body good. However, after a few months, Sarah noticed that she wasn't experiencing the same level of relief she had in the past. Her joints were still stiff, and she began feeling bloated after every smoothie. After consulting with a nutritionist, Sarah learned that the milk in her smoothie was likely reducing the absorption of curcumin, diminishing the effectiveness of her turmeric. Once Sarah switched to using coconut milk or almond milk instead of dairy, she noticed a significant improvement in both her joint pain and digestion. Sarah's experience is not unique. Many people unknowingly hinder the benefits of turmeric simply by combining it with dairy. A quick Google search will reveal dozens of similar stories from people who noticed an improvement in their turmeric use once they stopped pairing it with milk or cream. The benefits of pairing turmeric with healthy fats. To enhance the bioavailability of curcumin, it's better to pair turmeric with healthy fats such as coconut oil, olive oil, or avocado. These fats help facilitate the absorption of curcumin by the body, ensuring that the compound reaches its maximum potential. The Journal of Nutrition published a study in 2004 highlighting how the combination of turmeric with fats like olive oil or coconut oil can improve curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. This is why many recipes, particularly those for golden milk or turmeric lattes, often recommend adding a fat source like coconut oil or ghee. Curcumin is fat soluble, meaning it dissolves in fat rather than water. Therefore, when turmeric is combined with oils or fatty foods, it is more readily absorbed by the digestive system. For example, a study by the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that when curcumin is consumed with oil, it increases its bioavailability significantly compared to when it is consumed with water or dairy. Boosting turmeric's effectiveness. John, a 45-year-old man who has been using turmeric to manage his chronic pain, decided to try adding a tablespoon of coconut oil to his daily turmeric routine after reading about its benefits. Initially, he had been taking turmeric with milk, but he wasn't noticing much of an effect. After making the switch, John found that his pain levels decreased and he had more energy throughout the day. The coconut oil helped increase the absorption of curcumin, allowing his body to fully benefit from the anti-inflammatory properties of turmeric. This is just one example of how pairing turmeric with the right fats can dramatically improve its effectiveness. Other healthy fat sources, such as avocado or olive oil, work in the same way, ensuring that your body absorbs curcumin to its fullest potential. By making these small adjustments, you can maximize the health benefits of turmeric, whether you're using it to manage pain, improve digestion, or enhance overall well-being. To sum it up, while dairy products like full-fat milk and cream may seem like a natural pairing with turmeric, they actually reduce the effectiveness of the spice by hindering curcumin absorption. The proteins in dairy, particularly casein, bind to curcumin, making it harder for the body to use it. Additionally, combining turmeric with dairy can lead to digestive discomfort, especially for those who are lactose intolerant. To ensure you get the full benefits of turmeric, it's best to pair it with healthy fats like coconut oil, olive oil, or avocado. These fats help your body absorb curcumin and make it more bioavailable. So if you've been using turmeric with milk, it might be time to try something new. Coconut oil or ghee could be your new best friends when it comes to making turmeric work for you. Remember, small changes can lead to big results, and your body will thank you for it. By making these simple adjustments to how you consume turmeric, you can maximize its benefits and enhance your overall health and wellness. The next time you reach for that turmeric powder, consider pairing it with a healthy fat for optimal absorption, and you'll be on your way to feeling better than ever. One food you should definitely avoid when consuming turmeric is sugar. While sugar doesn't directly interact with the active compounds in turmeric, its effect on the body can significantly undermine the benefits of this potent spice. Excessive sugar intake has long been associated with chronic inflammation, and this can directly counteract the anti-inflammatory benefits that turmeric is supposed to provide. Let's explore the science behind this and how the combination of turmeric and sugar might not be the healing powerhouse you're hoping for. The link between sugar and inflammation. We all know that sugar tastes good, but it's also one of the biggest culprits when it comes to chronic inflammation. According to a study published in the Journal of Clinical Investigation, consuming excessive sugar can trigger the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines. These are molecules that promote inflammation in the body, and their release can lead to a cascade of negative effects. In fact, the American Heart Association warns that chronic high sugar intake is one of the key contributors to health issues such as obesity, diabetes, and heart disease, all of which are associated with chronic inflammation. But how does this affect the way turmeric works in the body? Well, turmeric's most famous benefit is its ability to reduce inflammation. It's often used to manage conditions like arthritis, joint pain, and even inflammatory bowel disease. However, when consumed alongside sugar, the sugar can increase inflammation, which directly counteracts the effects of turmeric. Scientific evidence, sugar's impact on inflammation. A well-known study published in the journal Cell Metabolism in 2015 examined the effects of high sugar intake on inflammation in the body. The research concluded that excessive sugar consumption can cause insulin resistance, which in turn increases the release of inflammatory markers. These markers, specifically pro-inflammatory cytokines, are linked to conditions like arthritis, cardiovascular disease, and type 2 diabetes. This research highlights the important role that diet plays in managing inflammation, and it shows how high sugar intake can directly interfere with the effectiveness of anti-inflammatory foods like turmeric. Further studies, such as one published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, have shown that diets high in refined sugars contribute to insulin resistance, which is a precursor to a wide range of metabolic and inflammatory diseases. When insulin resistance increases, it causes an imbalance in the body's ability to regulate blood sugar, leading to chronic low-grade inflammation. The double whammy, sugar and turmeric. Let's take a real-world example to illustrate how sugar can cancel out turmeric's benefits. Imagine you've been using turmeric regularly in your diet to manage chronic joint pain or arthritis. You've been adding turmeric to your morning smoothie, and maybe you've even been enjoying a cup of golden milk before bed, thinking you're doing your body good. But here's the catch. If you're also consuming sugary foods or drinks throughout the day, such as a sugary soda, sweetened coffee, or a slice of cake, your body is fighting against the anti-inflammatory properties of turmeric. The sugar in these foods is causing inflammation, making it harder for your body to take full advantage of turmeric's healing potential. Let's look at an example. A study conducted by the National Institute of Diabetes and Digestive and Kidney Diseases found that individuals with rheumatoid arthritis who consumed a diet high in sugar had more frequent flare-ups and more intense pain. This was attributed to the increase in inflammation caused by sugar, which negated the benefits of anti-inflammatory foods like turmeric. The role of insulin resistance. One of the most significant effects of chronic sugar consumption is insulin resistance. Insulin resistance occurs when the body's cells stop responding properly to insulin, a hormone that helps regulate blood sugar levels. As insulin resistance develops, the body releases more insulin to try to bring blood sugar levels down. However, this overproduction of insulin can lead to inflammation in the body. Turmeric, with its potent anti-inflammatory properties, is often used to manage conditions associated with insulin resistance, like type 2 diabetes. However, pairing it with sugary foods can worsen insulin resistance, thereby reducing the effectiveness of turmeric. A study published in The Lancet Diabetes and Endocrinology found that insulin resistance was a major contributor to the development of chronic diseases like heart disease and diabetes, both of which are driven by inflammation. How sugar and turmeric interfere with each other. Let's break this down with another example. Jessica, a 55-year-old woman with osteoarthritis, decided to add turmeric to her daily diet to help manage her joint pain. She started drinking a turmeric latte each morning, thinking it would reduce her inflammation and provide some relief. However, Jessica also regularly indulged in sugary snacks like cookies and soda throughout the day. Over time, she noticed that her joint pain wasn't improving as much as she had hoped. After consulting with her doctor, Jessica learned that the sugar in her diet was likely exacerbating her inflammation, which was reducing the effectiveness of the turmeric. By cutting back on sugar and focusing on a more balanced diet, Jessica found that her joint pain became more manageable and the turmeric started to work more effectively. The bottom line, what to do. If you're looking to maximize the benefits of turmeric, it's crucial to avoid pairing it with sugar. While turmeric itself is a powerful anti-inflammatory agent, consuming it alongside sugary foods or drinks can negate its benefits by promoting inflammation in the body. Research and real-life examples show that sugar increases insulin resistance, triggers the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines, and contributes to chronic health conditions like diabetes and heart disease. To get the most out of turmeric, it's best to consume it with a balanced diet rich in anti-inflammatory foods. Instead of reaching for sugary snacks or drinks, opt for whole foods like fruits, vegetables, and healthy fats that can support your body's ability to absorb turmeric and promote overall health. And remember, pairing turmeric with healthy fats, like those found in olive oil or coconut oil, can enhance its bioavailability, ensuring you get the full benefit of this powerful spice. In conclusion, while sugar might not directly interact with turmeric's active compounds, its role in increasing inflammation and insulin resistance can significantly diminish the healing properties of turmeric. By cutting back on sugar and focusing on a balanced anti-inflammatory diet, you can ensure that turmeric's full potential is realized. Your body will thank you for it, and you'll be able to experience the true power of this remarkable spice. Turmeric, celebrated for its powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, has become a staple in the health and wellness world. People around the globe are turning to this golden spice to relieve pain, reduce inflammation, and support their overall well-being. But as with many natural remedies, what you pair turmeric with can significantly influence its effectiveness. One food group that requires caution when consuming turmeric is refined carbohydrates, such as white bread and pasta. These seemingly harmless foods can interfere with turmeric's potential to combat inflammation, so understanding their effects can help you maximize the benefits of turmeric in your diet. Refined carbohydrates and their impact on inflammation. Refined carbohydrates are foods that have been processed and stripped of their nutrients, fiber, and vitamins. These include white bread, white rice, pasta, pastries, and many other packaged snacks. These foods have a high glycemic index, GI, which means they cause a rapid spike in blood sugar levels after consumption. According to the American Diabetes Association, refined carbs are broken down quickly by the body, leading to sharp increases in blood sugar, followed by insulin spikes. This rapid blood sugar fluctuation triggers an inflammatory response in the body. The body's inflammatory response is a defense mechanism, but when it is triggered repeatedly by poor diet choices, it can lead to chronic, low-grade inflammation. Chronic inflammation is linked to a wide range of health problems, including heart disease, type 2 diabetes, arthritis, and even cancer. This is where refined carbohydrates, such as white bread and pasta, come into play. By causing spikes in blood sugar and triggering inflammatory processes, these foods can reduce the effectiveness of turmeric's natural anti-inflammatory properties. Scientific evidence, refined carbs, and chronic inflammation. The link between refined carbohydrates and inflammation has been widely studied. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2010 found that diets high in refined carbohydrates lead to increased markers of inflammation in the body. The research showed that individuals who consumed a high amount of refined carbs had higher levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a key marker for inflammation, which is associated with increased risk for heart disease. In another study published in Diabetes Care in 2015, researchers found that eating refined carbohydrates regularly could contribute to insulin resistance, a condition where the body becomes less responsive to insulin, further increasing inflammation. This inflammation could negate the anti-inflammatory effects of turmeric, making it less effective for managing chronic conditions like arthritis, joint pain, and heart disease. The rapid spikes in blood sugar associated with refined carbs might even exacerbate these conditions, compounding the issue and reducing the healing power of turmeric. Additionally, the high glycemic index of refined carbohydrates contributes to a phenomenon known as postprandial inflammation that occurs after eating. When blood sugar levels spike following a meal high in refined carbs, this not only affects immediate inflammation, but can also influence the body's ability to manage chronic inflammation over time. A study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition 2014 confirmed that consuming high GI foods regularly could lead to prolonged inflammation in the body, particularly in individuals with pre-existing conditions like obesity or diabetes. Real-life example: the impact of refined carbs on inflammation. Let's consider the case of Mark, a 50-year-old man diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. For years, Mark relied on traditional treatments and daily doses of turmeric to help reduce the pain and swelling in his joints. He noticed some improvement, but his symptoms weren't improving as much as he expected. After consulting with a nutritionist, Mark learned that his diet might be contributing to his persistent inflammation. He had a tendency to consume a lot of refined carbs, like white bread, pasta, and sugary snacks. Mark's nutritionist explained that while turmeric was effective in reducing inflammation, his frequent consumption of refined carbs was likely hindering its potential. The refined carbs were causing blood sugar spikes, which in turn triggered more inflammation in his body, negating the anti-inflammatory benefits of the turmeric. Mark decided to make some changes to his diet, swapping out his usual white bread and pasta for whole grains like quinoa and brown rice. Within a few weeks, he noticed that his joint pain had decreased significantly, and he felt more energized overall. This change in diet, combined with turmeric, allowed him to experience the full benefits of the spice. Mark's story is not unique. Many people unknowingly reduce the effectiveness of their turmeric intake by pairing it with refined carbohydrates. In fact, research shows that individuals who consume high amounts of refined carbohydrates may experience more severe chronic conditions like diabetes, heart disease, and even obesity. This is because refined carbs not only increase inflammation, but also contribute to weight gain and insulin resistance. The problem with nutrient deficiencies, another issue with pairing turmeric with refined carbs, is the lack of nutritional value in refined foods. Unlike whole grains, which are packed with fiber, vitamins, and minerals, refined carbs have been stripped of most of their nutrients during processing. Over time, relying on these foods can lead to nutrient deficiencies, further complicating health issues and inflammation. Whole grains, on the other hand, are rich in fiber, which helps stabilize blood sugar levels and reduce inflammation. Fiber is known to have numerous health benefits, including improving digestion, lowering cholesterol, and reducing the risk of chronic diseases. When paired with turmeric, whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, and barley can enhance the spice's anti-inflammatory effects and support overall health. The solution: pairing turmeric with whole grains for a healthier and more effective turmeric intake. It is recommended to pair the spice with whole grains instead of refined carbs. Whole grains not only stabilize blood sugar levels, reducing the inflammatory response caused by sugary foods, but they also provide essential nutrients that support your body's healing processes. By choosing whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, and oats, you'll not only enhance turmeric's effects, but also enjoy the additional health benefits that whole grains provide. Real-life example, whole grains and turmeric's effectiveness. Take the case of Linda, a 60-year-old woman who has been dealing with joint pain for several years. She was introduced to turmeric by her doctor and decided to add it to her daily diet. However, she was still consuming refined carbohydrates like white bread and pasta, which seemed to limit the benefits of turmeric. After making the switch to whole grains like quinoa and brown rice, Linda noticed a significant reduction in her joint pain and a boost in her overall energy levels. By combining turmeric with fiber-rich whole grains, Linda maximized the anti-inflammatory properties of the spice and felt much better. Conclusion: the power of whole grains and turmeric. Refined carbohydrates, like white bread and pasta, may seem like convenient, easy food choices, but their impact on blood sugar levels and inflammation can interfere with the beneficial effects of turmeric by causing rapid blood sugar spikes and triggering an inflammatory response. Refined carbs reduce the ability of turmeric to fight inflammation and alleviate symptoms of chronic conditions. Additionally, the lack of nutritional value in refined carbs contributes to nutrient deficiencies over time, further exacerbating health problems. To get the most out of turmeric, it's best to pair it with whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, or barley. These grains provide fiber and essential nutrients, which stabilize blood sugar levels and promote overall health. By making this simple change in your diet, you can enhance the effectiveness of turmeric and improve your well-being. Your body will thank you for the small but powerful shift toward better nutrition and a healthier lifestyle. Aging is more than just getting older. It's an opportunity to grow, to refine yourself, and to embrace the wisdom that comes with experience. Whether you're in your 60s or 90s, you deserve to feel strong, empowered, and at peace with who you are. It's a message I share often because it's true. Age isn't something to fear or shy away from. Instead, it's something to celebrate, as each year brings deeper insight and a profound sense of self-respect. So why not take advantage of this? Now is the time to embrace a life of intention, one where every decision you make nurtures your body, mind, and spirit. It's about making choices that align with the values and wisdom you've built over the years and using that knowledge to live a fulfilling, purposeful life. If you found this video helpful, I encourage you to share it. Pass it along to someone you care about, whether it's a friend, a sibling, or even a neighbor. A single piece of advice, a small spark, can change someone's day and even their outlook on life. And remember, if you're ready to continue your journey of learning and growth, we're here for you. Our goal is to offer thoughtful, supportive, and actionable guidance that empowers you to embrace healthy aging one step at a time. Until next time, take care of yourself. Your worth is undeniable. You've always been strong and capable, and you always will be.